Hi everyone, Bevc here. Welcome to Glamour Beads channel. On this video, we are going to make this flat herringbone necklace with 8mm Chaton Montee pendant. So on my first attempt making this necklace, came out with this one. Looks pretty, but I'm not satisfied with the outcome. So I tried again, and this is the outcome of my second attempt. And it's really beautiful and I love it. So on this video, I am going to show you how to make this necklace. So if you haven't subscribed yet on my channel, please subscribe, share this video, like, and click that notification bell so you will be notified every time I post a new video. So without a further ado, let's gather materials and let's get started. On this project, you will need 4mm bicones, 8 OC beads. You will need 4 pieces of 8mm Chaton Montee. You will need clasp, whatever you have on your stash. I'm using this heart magnetic clasp. I got this from Eureka Crystal Beads. You will need, I think this is 3mm cube beads. Love the color. You will need beading thread, size 11 beading needle, 11O seed beads, 11O delicas, 15O seed beads, and of course my favorite cutter, the wildfire cutter. So first, we're going to bezel the 8mm Chaton Montee. So thread your needle with about 40 to 50 inches. Put on your stop bead. So pick up 22 delicas, put it into circle, and then insert your needle to these 2 delicas right there, like that. So pick up your delica, skip this delica, insert your needle to the next delica right here, and then pick up another delica, skip this delica, insert your needle to the next delica right here, and then pick up another delica, skip this one, insert your needle to the next delica. Just like that. Just continue doing that, and I'll meet you guys on your last delica to step up, okay? So I'm on my last delica, so pick up your delica, insert your needle to the next delica and to that sticking out delica, okay? So insert your needle to the next and to that sticking out delica right here to step up, and then put another delica for the second row. So pick up delica and insert your delica and every space of sticking out delica. Pick up another delica, insert your needle to the next sticking out delica, just like that. Just continue doing that, and I'll meet you guys on your last delica to step up for the next row. So I'm on my last delica, so pick up 1 delica, insert your needle to this delica right here and to that sticking out delica to step up, like so. And then we're going to add another row, so pick up delica, insert your needle to the next sticking out delica, and then do it around again and every between sticking out delica, and I'll meet you guys on your last delica. So I'm on my last delica, so pick up your delica, insert your needle to the next delica right here and to that sticking out delica right there. So hold your unit like this, and then this time we're going to insert our 8mm Chaton Montee At the back of your Montee, there is a 2-hole right here and 2-hole and to the other side. Face your 2-hole where your needle stopped, like so. So put your chaton like that, and then we're going to secure our chaton by inserting your needle to that hole on the side. Okay? So insert your needle on this middle delicas right here. Did you see that 3 delicas? So on that center delica, and then insert your needle to that center towards to that hole of your Chaton Montee, right like that, and then pull. It's not gonna stay yet, and then insert your needle back from inside of your Chaton Montee right here. Okay. Then now there is another 2-hole on the other side, so work your needle towards on that side to secure your Chaton Montee here on this delicas. By doing that, you also tightening your bezel. So insert your needle there. So now you're already on the other side, so insert your needle towards on that hole of your Chaton Montee like that, and then pull, and then insert your needle on that second hole, that, and then pull. Okay, so now work your needle at the bottom side of your Chaton Montee. Okay, insert your needle here, that, and then insert your needle to this delica right here. So this time we're going to add a 15-0. So pick up 15-0, insert your needle to the next sticking out delica right here, and then pick up another 15-0, insert it to the next sticking out delica right here, and then pick up another 15-0, insert your needle to the next sticking out delica like so. Just continue doing that, and I'll meet you guys on your last 15-0. So I'm on my last 15-0, so pick up your 15-0 and insert your needle to the next sticking out delica, and then insert your needle to the next 15-0 that you just added and on that delica right here. And now we're going to work our needle towards on the front. Okay, so work your needle towards on that side. So insert your needle there, and this delica right here, and to that delica where that tail at, and then this time secure your tail. So take out your stab beads, make a knot like so. Now insert your needle on the top delica right there to start adding 15-0. Okay, so pick up your 15-0, insert your needle to the next sticking out delica right there. So you don't need this tail anymore. Cut that tail, and then pick up another 15-0, insert your needle to the next sticking out delica, pull it towards inside, and then pick up another 15-0, insert it to the next sticking out delica like that, pick up another, insert it to the next sticking out delica. Okay, just continue doing that, and I'll meet you guys on your last 15-0. So I'm on my last 15-0. Pick up your 15-0, insert your needle to the next sticking out delica right here, and then insert your needle to the next 15-0 and to that next delica. So now sew it around again to secure your Chaton Montee. So insert my needle there on 15-0 in the delica, then another, so on that 15-0 and that delica. So one more time, just continue doing that so. If your Chaton Montee is already secured enough, so now find the center. You see that 3 delicas here, and then 1, 2, 3, and then another 3 delicas right here. We're going to insert your needle to that center delica of that 3 delica right here. So work your needle towards on that side. So I work a needle towards there, insert your needle here, and then back here, here, like so, back here, and to this delica right here. So the next one would be this 3 delica. See that? 1, 2, 3. So insert your needle first on this at the center of this 3 delica. So right here, did you see that? Those 3. So continue to bezel your 8mm Chaton Montee. Create at least 4. And then if you want to make also an earring, this is gonna be our next video. So if you like to make that earring as well, create at least 6 of these, 4 for the pendant and 2 for the earring. So continue to bezel your 8mm Chaton Montee, and I'll meet you guys to connect this pendant. Okay, so this time pick up 3 11/0. Then insert your needle back to that delicas that you just coming out of. Work your needle towards on this middle delica of these 3 delicas right here. So work your needle towards on that side, and then insert your needle here, like so, and back here, and back here. Okay, right there at the middle delica of that 3-row delica, and then pick up 3 11/0. So insert your needle back to that delica you just coming out of, just like that, and then insert your needle back to this 11/0 right here, like so, and back here. Okay, so this time pick up your bicones, pick up 1 bicone, and insert your needle to the next 11/0 right here. So this time, so pick up your Bezeling Montee. So find the 3-row delicas. Oh, you see that? So this time we're going to attach this one. So pick up 1 of your 11/0, insert your needle to that middle delicas right here, like that, like so. Hold your unit like that, and then pick up another 11/0, then insert your needle back to this 11/0 right here, and then sew it around again to secure that 11/0, like so. Insert your needle there, and then back to this 11/0 right here, and then this time insert your needle back to this bicone and to that 11/0, like that. And then this time pick up your 11/0, insert your needle to the middle of that 3-row delica right there, like so, and then pick up another 11/0, insert your needle back to that 11/0 right here. Okay, so that is the 2 of your pendant, and then sew it around again to secure that unit. Now work your needle to the top of Chaton Montee, to add another unit. So just back here on that delica that you just coming out of, and then back to this delica right here. Do that. So work your needle towards on the top. So did you see that 3 row of these delica? So insert your needle on that delica right there, like so, and then pick up 3 11/0, insert your needle back to that delica that you just coming out of, and then insert your needle back again to that 11/0 to secure that unit right here, and back here on that 11/0, and back on that delica like so, and then work your needle towards on this side of that 3 delicas here, and to this delica right there like so, and then pick up another 3 11/0, insert your needle back to that delica right there, and then insert again your needle back to that 11/0 to secure that unit. Okay, back here right there on the top 11/0, and this 11/0 right here, and back to that delica at the bottom, and then insert your needle again on that 11/0 and back to the top 11/0. And now pick up again your bicone and insert your needle to the other side 11/0, and then pick up your another bezeled rose montee and find that 3 row of your delica. So right here, here, and here. So pick up your 11/0, insert your needle to that middle delica right here of that 3 row delica, and then pick up another 11/0, and then insert your needle back to this 11/0, and then sew it around again to secure your unit. Insert your needle on that 11/0 and back to this delica right here like so, and back to this 11/0 into that 11/0 right here. Now, because you need your needle to be back on these bicones and 11/0, so insert your needle to these 11/0 right there like that, and then back to this delica at the bottom, and back to this 11/0, and then insert it back to that bicones and to that 11/0, and then pick up your 11/0, insert your needle to the middle delicas of that 3 row delica right here like that, like so, and then pick up another 11/0, then insert it back to this 11/0 right there like that, and insert your needle back to this 11/0 and back to this delica right here to secure that unit, and back to this 11/0 and back to this 11/0 right here, and back to this 11/0. So this time we're going to work our needle on the top, so work your needle towards in there, so back here on this delica and back here on that delica, so back here on a 15/0 and the delica, and back here to these 15/0 and the delica, and back here to that 15/0 and that delica. So we're going to find the center of these 2 delica right here. So insert your needle back to this delica right here and back to that delica right here. So that would be your center delica. So pick up 3 11/0 and then insert your needle back on that delica right here. So insert your needle to these 11/0 and back here on this 11/0 to secure that unit. Okay, back here into these delica like so, and then work your needle to the other side of these 2 delica right here. Okay, insert your needle back here. Just work your needle towards on that side and then on these delicas right here, and then pick up 3 of 11/0, insert your needle back to that delica right there like so, and then insert your needle back to that 11/0 to secure that unit. Okay, so pick up there and back to this 11/0 right here and back on that delica like so. Here going to the top 11/0 like that and back to these 11/0 like so, and then pick up your bicone and insert it to the other side of 11/0. So this time on your last Chaton Montee, the center would be 3 row of delica. Pick up your 11/0. So insert your needle to the middle of that 3 row delica right here, and then pick up another 11/0. Insert your needle back to that 11/0 back here on this 11/0 and back to that delica right here like so, and then sew it around again to secure the unit. So back here on this 11/0 and back to this 11/0 right here and back to this 11/0 and back to these delica like that. We're going to work our needle on this 3 row delica. Okay, just work your needle towards on that side to these delica right here and to the middle of that 3 row delica. So okay, like that. Now pick up your 11/0, insert your needle on that 11/0 right there like that, and then pick up another 11/0, insert your needle back to that delica that you just coming out of right there, and now sew it around again to secure that unit, and then back to this 11/0 and to that delica right here. So your pendant is done. So work your needle towards on that 3 row of your delica. So work your needle towards there and back to this delica, and then you already reached this 3 row of delica. You insert your needle at the middle of that 3 row delica. So this time pick up your 11/0 and your bicones and 1 11/0. So insert your needle back to that delica that you just coming out of right here like that, and then sew it around again to secure that unit. Back here, back to this 11/0 and to that delica right here. Work your needle towards on this delica right here. Needs to be the center top of your Chaton Montee. Okay. So back here on this delica and to these delica right here, like that. So now pick up your 11/0 and your 4mm bicone and your 11/0 and insert your needle back to that delica that you just coming out of, like so. So this is where you're going to start your herringbone chain. Okay, so insert your needle back to this 11/0 to secure that unit, and back to this bicone to this 11/0 right here, like that, and back to this delica right here, back to that 11/0 and to that bicone. Then this time pick up your 11/0, your 4mm bicone, your 11/0, 4mm bicone, and 11/0. So insert your needle back to this bicone that you just coming out of, like so, and then sew it around again to secure that unit back here on that 11/0 and back to this bicone and back to this 11/0 right here and to this bicone right here and back to the top again on this 11/0 right here and back to this bicone and to that 11/0. So insert your needle again to this bicone right here, back here just to secure that unit, back here on this 11/0 and to that bicone right here. So this time pick up your 8/0, 4, 8/0, and then insert your needle back to this bicone right here, like so, and back to this 11/0 right here, like so, back to this bicone again, and back to this 11/0, like so, and back to this bicone, and to that 2 8/0, like so, and then pick up another 2 8/0, insert your needle to these 1 8/0 right here, just the one, like that, and then pick up your 15/0 C beads, insert your needle to these 8/0 right here and the top 8/0, and then pick up another 2 8/0, insert your needle to that 8/0 right here, like so, and then pick up your 15/0, insert your needle on that 8/0 and the top 8/0 right here, like so, and pick up another 2 8/0, insert your needle on that 8/0 right here, like so, and then pick up your 15/0 and insert your needle on this 8/0 right here and this 2 8/0 right there. So this time pick up 2 11/0, your bicone, and 2 11/0. So insert your needle back to this 8/0 right there, like so, and then pick up your 15/0 and insert your needle to this 8/0 right there and to that 2 11/0, like that, and back here on this bicone right here and back to this 11/0 and to that 8/0, like so, and back to this 15/0, like that, and back to this 8/0 and that 11/0, and back to this bicone right here, and then pick up 2 11-0, your 2 8-0, and 2 11-0. So insert your needle back to that bicone right there, like so, and then back to this 2 11-0 and 1 8-0, and back here to that 8-0 and 2 11-0, like so, and back here to that bicone. So insert your needle to this 2 11-0 and to that 2 8-0, like that, and then insert your needle to this 15-0 and back here to this 8-0 right here, just 1 8-0, and insert your needle to this 15-0 right there, and then insert your needle to this 8-0 and to that 2 11-0. So this time we're going to add our mini Q beads. Pick up your mini Q beads, insert your needle to that 2 11-0 and to that 8-0 on the top. Okay, so pick up 2 of your 8-0, insert your needle to these 8-0, just the 8-0. So pick up your 15-0 and insert your needle to these 2 8-0 right there, like so. Okay, so pick up another 2 8-0, insert your needle to that 8-0 right here, like so, and then pick up your 15-0, insert your needle to that 2 8-0 right here. So I'm going to secure now my thread because I need to thread my needle. Okay, so I'm gonna make a knot on this side of that 8-0, okay, like so. One more, I'm gonna make a knot. So I'm already thread my needle, so I show you how to continue your work. So insert your needle to these 8-0 like so, and then make a knot to secure that thread, and make a knot and make another knot like that, and then insert your needle to these 2 8-0 like that, and back to this 15-0 and back to this 2 8-0. So now you can start again, continue with your flat herringbone chain. So pick up 2 8-0, insert your needle to this 8-0 right here, and then pick up 1 15-0, insert your needle to this 8-0 right here on the side, and then pick up another 2 8-0, insert it to this 8-0 right here like so, and then pick up another 15-0 and insert your needle to this 2 8-0 and to the other side. So this time pick up 2 11-0, one of the bicone, the 4mm bicone, and 2 15-0. Insert your needle to this 8-0 right there, like so, like that, and pick up 15-0. Insert your needle to this 8-0 and to that 11-0, like so, and then insert your needle back to these bicones and pick up 2 11-0 and 2 8-0 and another 2 11-0. Then insert your needle back to this bicone right here, like so, and back to this 11-0 and that 8-0, and back to this 15-0 like that, and back to this 8-0 at the bottom like so, and back to this 15-0, and then insert your needle to this 2-8-0 and that 2-11-0, and then pick up your cube beads and insert your needle to that 2-11-0, and then insert your needle to this 8-0, and then pick up another 2-8-0, insert your needle to this 8-0 right here into the other side, and then pick up your 15-0 and insert your needle to this 8-0 and the top 8-0 that you just added like that, and then pick up another 2-8-0, insert your needle to this 8-0 right there, and then pick up another 15-0 and insert your needle to this 8-0, and then pick up another 8-0, 2-8-0, insert your needle to this 8-0 on the other side like that, and then pick up another 15-0, insert your needle to this 8-0, to that 2-8-0 right there like so, pick up another 2-8-0 and then insert your needle on this 8-0 on the other side like that, and then pick up another 15-0, insert your needle on that 2-8-0 like that. We already created 5, so every 5-8-0 of herringbone you pick up 2-11-0 in the bicone and 2-11-0. Okay, so this time 2-11-0 the bicone and 2-11-0. Insert your needle to this 8-0 right here like that, and then pick up your 15-0, insert your needle back to this 8-0 and to that 11-0 right on the top like that, and back here on this bicone like that, and pick up 2-11-0, 2-8-0 and 2-11-0. Insert your needle back to this bicone right here like that, and insert your needle back to this 11-0 and the 8-0 like that, and then pick up another 2-8-0, insert your needle to this 8-0 and the 11-0. This time pick up your cube beads and then insert your needle to these 2-11-0 and that 8-0 right here like that, and insert it to this 15-0 and back here to this 8-0 and the 11-0 like that, and back here to this bicone and back here to this 11-0 and the 8-0 like that. So that would be the sequence of your necklace after creating a 5-8-0 herringbone and then your bicone and attach your cube beads. So if you don't have mini cube beads, you can use a drop beads. Okay, just continue doing that until you reach the desired length of your necklace, and I'll meet you guys to attach your clasp. Okay, hi guys, I'm back. So I'm already done the other side of my necklace. So I created 12 sequence of herringbone chain. So this time we're going to attach the clasp. So this time pick up 5 of your 8-0 and then insert your clasp and then insert your needle on that 580 that you just added, like so, and then insert your needle to the other side of your 80, like that, and then insert your needle to this 15 like so, and then insert your needle to this 80 and back to this 580 that you just added, and back to this clasp, back here to this 80, back on this side. I'm gonna insert my needle to this 280 on the bottom, like so, and back here to this 15 like that, and then on this 280 on the side, and then back again on this 580 like that, and then insert to that clasp, like so, and back to this 580 like that. So my clasp is already secured enough, so I'm going to secure this thread. Insert your needle to this 80. I'm gonna go through that 380 on the side, like so, on this 15 and back to this 280 and to that 11 like so. I'm gonna make a knot on this side, secure this thread like so, and then insert your needle to these cube beads into that 11 and that 80 right here, like so, and then insert your needle to this 15 right here, like that, and then back to this 80 and that 211 right here, like so, and then make a knot again to secure the thread, like that, and then insert your needle to this bicone right here, and then back to this 211 and to that 80. So I insert my needle to that 380 from that 11 right here. So my clasp is already secured enough, so I'm gonna cut my thread. Other side of your necklace is already done, so do it again on this side of your necklace, and then I'll meet you guys to attach your other side of your clasp. Hi guys, I'm back. So I'm already done on the other side of my necklace. So this time we're going to attach the other side of the clasp. So pick up 5 of your 80 and then insert your needle to that clasp like so, and then insert it back to these 580 and insert your needle to this 80. I'm gonna go through that 280, okay, like so, and then insert your needle to that 15 right here, like that, and back to this 280 and back to that 580 and that clasp, okay, like so, and then back again to this 580 like so, and then back here through that 380 right here, just to secure the clasp, okay, and then insert your needle to this 15 right here and back to this 380 on the side like so, and back again to this 580 C beads like so, and then insert your needle on that clasp and back here to the other side of that 580 like so, and back here to this 80 like so, and then one more time insert it back to this 15-0, back to this 80 like so, and back to this 580 like that, and this clasp, and then back to this 580, and then now we're going to secure the thread because my clasp is already secured enough. So insert your needle to these 280 right here like so, and back to this 15-0, and then back to this 80 through that 380 and to that 11-0, the 211 right here. We're just going to secure our thread like that, and then make a loop on that side like so, one more time, and then insert your needle to this bicone right here like so, and back to this 11-0 right here, and that 80 like so, and back to this 15-0, back here and to that 11-0 right there, and then make a knot again, and here like so, another loop, and make a knot, and then insert it back to this bicone right here like so, and back to that 11-0 and through that 80. So my clasp is already secured enough, so let's cut the thread. Ta-da! Your necklace is done. Hope you enjoy watching this video and creating your own necklace. So on the next video, we're going to make this earring. Peace, love to you all. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.